Hello and welcome to Epic World Builder, and my name is Mike Hewitt, and today we're going to be diving back into the idea of world building. And so this is, real quick, this is a podcast for audio and video. The video will be up on YouTube. The audio is on all kinds of different podcasting services. At the beginning, I thought it was just going to be a YouTube video podcast, but I've changed it to audio. I love the idea. I've done all kinds of audio podcasts in the past, and so the first couple of episodes were lacking. My wife has definitely told me that it was lacking in the idea of explaining what's happening on the screen. So I am trying to get better. I'm actually going to go back and put a little, 10-second intro on each one of those, explaining to kind of either skip forward or just understand what's happening. So I am going to, and if I am not explaining it well enough, give me that feedback. You can get us at info@epicworldbuilder.com, or you can go to the actual site, epicworldbuilder.com, and you can, at the help, you can write all kinds of stuff. We have all kinds of forms to fill out if you wanted to. They're not long forms, but you can fill out something and get a hold of us. So here we're using epicworldbuilder.com, and basically on my screen right now, it is epicworldbuilder.com is just a Wikipedia with maps, world builder. So when I'm looking at this, I am in the town of Elderbrook. So I have built this town of Elderbrook, and this is a simple. I've got lots of different campaigns I am doing right now. I've got campaigns for a group of friends that I've been meeting for 10 years. I got another group that I'm about to meet with, and then I have this one who is for basically my family. I've got two kids, right around 13, and one's about 11 and one's 12, about to turn 13. So in this world, I've DM'd for them a couple times, but this is the world I've created for them. And later on, I think I'm going to switch campaigns. But for right now, this is what I'm working on. So as you can see, here is my map. If you can't see, it's a map of Elderbrook. And I want to explain the map a little bit. It is just a map that I've created with Incarnate. And it has a river going through it, with a couple of roads going actually each direction. I've got one going south, one going north, one going east, and one going west. But the river is going right through it with two bridges. I got a major farm in the lower left. And last time we were talking about the major farm, we have a story of, a treant, and some ancient tree that was destroyed for one of the barns, and we're figuring that out. And then I think the last episode we were talking about the cemetery, and we created a festival and stuff through OpenAI, and that kind of helped us through that. In this right now, you can go to the little town, excuse me, the little cemetery in the lower right. I'm going to click it and actually go into the cemetery. And we built this mausoleum. And inside of this mausoleum, you can go down some stairs. And down those stairs, I think I'm going to build our first dungeon. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I have already created this map. And I have called it, going in here, this one right here, Abyssal Sanctum. So I'm going to go right back. And also, this campaign is public. So if you come to epicworldbuilder.com and go to public campaigns, anybody who creates a campaign can make it public, and the whole world can see it. They can get in and run around in it and everything else, but they can't change it. They can take it and clone it and then change it and do whatever they want, but that doesn't change the master. And I'm sorry. All of a sudden, I've got a cough or something in the back of my throat. Man, I hope I'm not getting sick. But if you come to epicworldbuilder.com, go to public campaigns, you should see Dragonspire. And inside of that, we go to create pages. I'm going to create this as a dungeon. And now we're kind of at the back end of the actual page. So going through this, it's dungeon. Here's where you put maps. Here's where you put photos. So I can go ahead and click this, and this is the one. So they're actually going to come down these steps. Is this the right one? Let me make sure real quick. I'm doing this on the screen. I have a couple. Yep, that's Abyssal. I had a couple of dungeons. I wanted to make sure this is the right one. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And we should have our dungeon here. And this is a 2-level dungeon. So we're going to have to create a secondary page. And instead of calling it Abyssal Sanctum level 1 and level 2, I'm going to go ahead and just only add the second one as level 2. And this one right here is a dungeon as well. Creating that, now I just need to add the image from my library, my image library, and save that. And I have no text right now, but here we are in Dungeons, and if I go to Abyssal Sanctum, here is where we came down in the Mausoleum. Here, I'm going to go ahead and add a pin, this pin right here. This is going to take us to level 2. And click right here. And I have got a single gnat that has made it to my computer and is going around me, for crying out loud. So now I can save that. So now we can go from level 1, level 2 very, very easily. And we have this interesting, we got a chest here, we've got this circle here, and all kinds of crazy underground dungeon stuff. Clicking this will take us back above. We need a way to get to the Abyssal Sanctum from the actual mausoleum. So I'm going to go back. We've got, I think it's a landmark, Elderbrook Cemetery right here. So I think I'm going to add a pin right here, and this is going to Abyssal Sanctum. Now, this is something I don't want them to see, so I'm going to actually make this visible to GMs only, and this will click Sanctum 1, save that, and now we can go flip to it. So, I think this is a good spot here. So if we're here, some text in the actual sanctum will show us how to get to that. So I'm actually going to go to that here, and let's edit it. Now, so now we're at the spot where I can put content in the actual wiki section. Now, time to think up how to do this. And I think the first thing is from the mausoleum. Mausoleum? No clue if that's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. And I'm going to make this an H2. Okay. Let me think. And I don't want to do dead air. And sometimes when I'm thinking, I do a lot of dead air. So from the mausoleum, I think we need to paint a picture of what the mausoleum looks like. And so I am going to head over to ChatGPT to make my notes, or to make my sentence more elegant. I'm going to say, give me a mausoleum. I've got to remember how to spell that. I'm pretty sure ChatGPT will be very good. Give me a mausoleum in a cemetery. Oh. And I apologize for my spelling. I'm going to go back over here, and I should have saved that, but I didn't. Okay, so we'll have to come back and do that. Cemetery. Sorry about that. Cemetery. Is that right, or is it? It's an E. Okay. In a cemetery, in a fantasy TTRPG. What do I want? I need a set of stairs that are hidden and go to a secret dungeon below called the Abyssal Sanctum. This Abyssal Sanctum. I want this Abyssal Sanctum to deal with somebody in town. Is a dungeon that a secret cult of Elderbrook, that Elderbrook elites come to. Okay. What's a good puzzle? I'm trying to think of a good puzzle. Puzzle. Okay. Excuse me. A puzzle. I need. Wondering if there's. You know what? I'm gonna have it give me a puzzle. I need a good puzzle in the mausoleum that will help unlock the secret stairs. Describe the mausoleum as a dank, smallish area with all kinds of crypts or tombs or coffins in the walls. Okay, let's see what that gives us. The Mausoleum of Shadows. It's a pretty interesting name. Okay, it is spitting it out now. Now, if you don't know my take on ChatGPT and how to use it, and sometimes we use it to get stuff, sometimes we use it just to get the actual text. But I'm going to go ahead and read this. I should have got some water, but let's go without water. Okay. The Mausoleum of Shadows stands as a sober sentinel within the Forgotten Groves Cemetery. Okay, we need to change that. I think the cemetery is actually called something else. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm looking off screen, going here. Elderbrook Cemetery. So we could just change it to Elderbrook Cemetery. Its cryptic facade, concealed beneath the canopy of ancient gnarled trees, moss-covered stones, and weathered statues of mourning angels guard the entrance, leading an eerie air to the otherwise tranquil burial ground. Within the mausoleum appears dank and small, with numerous ornate coffins embedded into the damp stone walls, their intricate carvings hidden in the dim light. I like that. Okay, hidden staircase to the Abyssal Sanctum. The hidden staircase leading to the Abyssal Sanctum lies concealed within the eerie resting place known only to the clandestine, golly day, sorry, known only to the clandestine Elderbrook elite and those they choose to admit. To access the secret dungeon below, one must solve a Ebon riddle left behind by the cult's enigmatic founders. Okay, here's the riddle. In the heart of the mausoleum, there stands a grand sarcophagus adorned with exquisite carvings of celestial bodies. In the front of the sarcophagus, you will find a circular, shallow depression in the floor, marked with 7 obsidian stones in a constellation-like pattern. This is the key to unlocking the abyssal sanctum. Instructions: alignment of the stars. Examine the celestial carvings on the sarcophagus and locate the arrangement of stars that matches the obsidian stone pattern. This will give you a sequence of star names. The constellation sequence. The sequence of stars names correspond to 7 celestial bodies within the Elderbrook night sky. You must press the obsidian stones in the correct order to align them with the stars' positions in the night sky during the winter solstice. Turn the sky clockwise. Alongside the obsidian stones, there's a small lever hidden beneath a false cobweb. Along the obsidian stones, there is a small lever hidden beneath a false cobweb. Once the stones are aligned in the celestial counterparts, gently pull the lever clockwise. This will set the celestial mechanism in motion. Listen to the cosmos. As the mechanicism turns, listen to the subtle otherworldly humming sound that grows in intensity. When the humming reaches its peak, the floor will begin to tremble slightly, and a previous hidden trapdoor will creak open and reveal a hidden staircase leading to the abyssal sanctum. The Elderbrook elite gather in the abyssal sanctum to conduct their arcane rituals and secret meetings, making the Mausoleum of Shadows a nexus between the world of the living and the enigmatic depths of the mysterious cult. Only those who can decipher the Ebon riddle will be granted passage to the depths below, where untold secrets and dark enchantments await. Okay. I like all this. Where to put this? I'm still thinking in my head. A couple things. I like 3 different ways to get through a riddle. I'm going to put this. Should I? I'm going to come in here. I think I need a mausoleum section. As crazy as that sounds. We're going to call this the Mausoleum of Shadows. We're going to call this, this is a landmark. I don't have anything here yet as an image, but I can come back and do that in a little bit. So, Mausoleum of Shadows, we're going to put this here. We already have it there. Boom. Hidden staircase, boom. Now, what I need to do, this is really, I'm going to put this down here. Okay, so I have created a new page called Mausoleum of Shadows. So before I was going from the cemetery right down to the abyssal, but I think we need this information in an intermediate page. So I am working on that now. So I made a new page. There's that, and I'm right now working on getting this riddle down below in the actual the GM section. Okay, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. This hidden staircase. Yeah, you know what? I need to put this down here too. I don't even want them to know that there's a hidden staircase. So, let's go ahead and save this just in case I get out of it. Come back to the edit section and put my phone on silent. Okay, so what I want to do is the Mausoleum of Shadows. Okay, we're inside the hidden stuff. We talk about do we have the sarcophagus, in the heart of the sarcophagus? So I'm going to go back here, and I say I'm back to ChatGPT. I'm going to say it already knows about the sarcophagus, so I need a second step. Describe the sarcophagus without mentioning the secret staircase. Also, describe the sarcophagus as the only thing in the room that has less dust on it, the only thing in the room that has no dust and looks used. If a player looked carefully, they would see that on the floor next to the sarcophagus, next to it are worn track marks. How's that? Oh, you know what? Okay. Cut that in half. I kind of want it to be a little bit shorter. In the dim light of the Mausoleum of Shadows, a room centerpiece was a pristine sarcophagus, untouched by time. Carved in the obsidian-like stone, it bore intricate celestial engravings, unlike the decayed coffins embedded in the walls. It shows no sign of wear. Curiously, there were worn tracks marked on the floor beside the sarcophagus, as if something heavy has been dragged there over the centuries. I like that. So coming back here, we're going to put that there. Okay. And now, what do we got? So we have instructions examining. More. give. Okay, I'm trying. I want ChatGPT to give me that again. Give me that again, but also describe all that stuff, all the celestial carvings. But also describe the celestial carvings on it. Okay. So we might change this. Within the dimly lit Mausoleum of Shadows, the room's focal point was an I can't even say it. Sarcophagus, impervious to the ravages of time. It was hewn from a deep obsidian-like stone, its surface adorned with celestial engravings and exquisite detail. These intricate carvings depict a cosmic ballad, showcased stars, planets, and celestial and constellations in a mesmerizing dance across its surface. Unlike the surrounding coffins embedded in the moss-covered walls, the sarcophagus bears no sign of aging or decay. Its stone remains unblemished, as though it has been preserved in a timeless sanctuary. A careful observer might notice that the presence of worn track marks on the floor beside the sarcophagus, suggesting that something heavy has been dragged across the stone floor over many centuries. That's what I like. A little bit more. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of this. I think here. Immaculate. I don't know why I couldn't say that before. Sometimes my brain just doesn't want to tell my mouth how to work. So I like that a lot. Unlike the surrounding coffins, okay, so these intricate carvings depict a cosmic ballad. Yeah. Then if they actually want to look at it, they can get it a little bit better. So I also think down here, the sarcophagus. So I need this word. I'm going to make... Oop, what are these? Oh, they're just bolded? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to bold that. Okay. Here. I'm going to say the sarcophagus can be broken with enough damage I don't know, what is it? Should there be some kind of should there be some kind of penalty if they don't do the actual thing and actually just bust it open? Yes. Let's do... The sarcophagus can be broken with enough damage. But if this is the case, darts come from the walls and hit the players with some damage. Now, at that time, I can figure that out. This is depending on... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what system you're playing, Pathfinder, D&D, any kind of system, it doesn't matter. You know kind of what that is. You know how to look up, how to do some poison darts. You also know in your head, this is kind of what the sarcophagus is and how much damage it needs to be done. In this podcast, none of that's really going to matter. I believe this is all about coming up with the storyline, because really D&D is weird. There are people that love to play it as a strategic game, which there are definitely parts of that. But then other people like to play it completely story-based, and the whole idea is just a story. And then there's people in between. To me, I like playing it kind of in between, but I really like the storyline. The storyline's a big part of it. Otherwise, we'd be playing different games. Because the storyline is, hanging with your friends and figuring that part out. So there's that. I also would like to put someplace... I'd like to put a bookstore back in the town where they could go find the book too. And we are the last thing we need. Oh, it did pull from Elderbrook. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to replace that with that. Right now, we do not have a picture of the mausoleum, so this is just going to be all text, and it's a theater of the mind, and there is that. So now how do I do this? How do I link this? Yeah, so I'm going to come back here. So we're going to go in here, and this is going to lead to the Abyssal Sanctum. We're going to make a duplicate page here. Go to here. We're going to go to this dungeon. I'm going to grab this. And now here, I am going to put this as the link. Open new tab. So that should save there. Now, so we can click that, and that will take us to the Abyssal Sanctum. So now what I need to do is go back to the cemetery. Into the cemetery, boom, here, come down to the pin. So so for you guys that are doing this on audio, I have an actual map of the cemetery, and I have an actual mausoleum, and I have a pin on that was taking you right to the Abyssal Sanctum. I am going in and I am changing that pin. This is the mausoleum now. Give me a second. Where is that? Mausoleum of Shadows? I'm coming in to copy that. Mausoleum of Shadows. So I'm going to put that as the pin name, and then I'm actually going to change this link to the mausoleum. Oh, where is it? Did I lose it? Okay, hold on. Let's save that. Mausoleum of Shadows. Did I just... am I finding a bug, or... campaign pages. Mausoleum. No, it's right there. I don't know. Couldn't find it, but now I have this. I can click this. This will take me to this page, and I can come in here and do that. I think the next, in the next episode, we're going to actually talk about, we might create a bookstore and a book about the celestial things in case they fail miserably on history check of actually looking at the sky and knowing how to line these up. And then I think we can start going down into the actual depths of the Abyssal Sanctum, and start working on that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Please, if you wouldn't mind, kind of liking whatever part this is, if it's on YouTube or if it's on a podcast, whatever section you are actually listening or watching this, please like and subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, write a review if you could, and then tell your friends. I know this is all so much fun. And right now we're working on this. We're getting this done. A couple of things I'd like to tell you in the future that probably a lot of people will be coming back and listening to this, and then we'll have. We are working on all kinds of new stuff. This isn't quite live yet. I think it's live if you. It's kind of hidden right now. If you have the highest level right now, you will have something to Map Maker Advanced beta version, and we're kind of working on this right now. We're moving on a lot of things. We've just changed this around, but yeah, all kinds of fun stuff of actually, doing all kinds of interesting things with a map maker and working on that. So if you want to look at that, that's going to be coming out soon, and we're also just working on all kinds of interesting things. So thank you so much. Like, subscribe. It's been a blast, and just have fun building worlds. Thanks, guys.